But then Macklайн has never seen a fighter as refined and finished as Vladimir Klitschko.
None of us may have seen a big man as refined and finished as Klitschko, who incidentally looks like a larger Eastern European version of the handsome Oscar De La Hoya.
Last week, Klitschko's brother Vitaly knocked out American Larry Donald in Dortmund, Germany to set himself up for a possible shot against Lennox Lewis in the spring. Vladimir, for his part, says he'll never fight his brother. So if Vitaly beats Lewis, is the Klitschko Express toward the heavyweight championship inevitably derailed?
It would be sidetracked for a while, and it would depend then on whether he can become one of the most rare things in boxing, a European fighter who is a big gate attraction in the U.S. He may very well be on his way.
There are few greater spectacles in our sport than Vladimir Klitschko on the attack. We'll see if Jamil Macklайн will be able to handle it here tonight. And now let's go to ring announcer Lupe Contreras for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, this is the main event of the evening. Being brought to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated in association with Universum, Cedric Kushner Promotions, the King of Beers, Budweiser, and HBO. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World. Once again, being sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dr. Luther Mack, Executive Director Mark Ratner. When the bell rings, the gentleman in charge of scoring will be judges Dwayne Ford, Jerry Roth, and Nelson Vasquez. The referee, Jay Nady. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has come to find out who is El Más Macho. In the blue corner, he is a challenger. He steps into the ring wearing red trunks trimmed in silver and weighing in at 263 pounds. As a professional, he maintains an impressive record consisting of 28 victories with just 2 defeats, 3 draws, and 16 of his victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Port Jefferson, New York, Jamil Big Time Macklайн. And his opponent across the ring in the red corner. He is the defending champion and steps into the ring wearing red trunks trimmed in gold and weighing in at 240 pounds. With an impressive record consisting of 39 victories with 1 lone defeat and 36 of his victories coming by way of knockout. He is the defending WBO Heavyweight Champion of the World. From Kiev, Ukraine, the Steel Hammer, Vladimir Klitschko.
Got that belt? That belt goes to him. You guys have any questions? Okay, obey my commands. And specifically, I don't want you to hit and hold. If I say break, break cleanly. Step back. Defend yourself at all times. Touch glove now. Let's go to work. Good luck.
Many observers thought this fight was premature for Macklайн. His answer, sometimes the biggest risk is not taking a risk. Will he take the risks now in the ring?
As they stood in the center of the ring, Klitschko tried to stare Macklайн down, and Macklайн elected not to meet Vladimir's gaze.
Whenever I see one guy trying to stare the other down, that means something is missing out of something. When you're good,
so you prefer the guy who doesn't meet his gaze?
2 Tyrannosaurus Rexes in red trunks.
6'6" against 6'6". First big test of Vladimir's athletic talent, because Jamil is the same kind of athlete.
Now, Vladimir's paused. He's in position to throw a big right at all times. Always in position, so you got to be careful when you're fighting a guy like that. When you're fighting a puncher, you got to move him out of position, make him get on his toes, step out, step in.
Macklайн trying to work at a fast pace from the opening bell. His plan is to try to force Klitschko to fight at a faster tempo than he is used to. Klitschko likes to be relaxed in there. Jab, jab, look for a chance to throw the power shot. Macklайн is going to have to win the jabbing contest if he's going to impose his will on Vladimir Klitschko.
There he's starting off with his left jab, Macklайн. Klitschko is easy to hit with a left jab, but not so easy to hit with right hands.
Why is that, George?
For some reason, big guys, they're so tall, they can't duck, bob, and weave, so they have a tendency, you just can't miss them if you just throw up their chest. He's kind of tall to learn that art of bobbing and weaving.
Both guys showing head movement in the first round, both guys reacting to feints, respecting each other's power. Vladimir looking upstairs, but he landed a right hand to the body.
Klitschko should get in a good right hand just to get respect out of this man early.
Macklайн ducking so hard at the feint. You wonder if he shows Vladimir too much respect.
Macklайн looks very tight, Jim.
And this is a time you better be tight when you're in a ring against a puncher like this. Tight is what you need.
And now Vladimir knocking Jamil back as he fires the right hand through the guard. Klitschko much more relaxed than Macklайн, who seems all wound up. Macklайн finally lands a right hand punch to the body after having been short with most of his jabs.
If you're Vladimir, you don't want to be too relaxed because the 3 minutes is not a long time to get things going.
Klitschko's already found out that Macklайн will go for his feints, George. What does he
just threw a right hand to the body.
Second one. Second good right hand to the body.
Those are the punches that count most.
And now Vladimir leads with the left hook. Another one of his great assets. He can jab, he can turn the jab over into a hook, he can lead with the hook. Very versatile with the left hand. Again, Macklайн short with his jab.
Macklайн want to have some effects over this fight. He better start jabbing and keep that jab going. The only effective punch against Klitschko.
Step back.
Left jab.
Macklайн jumping in behind the left hook there.
This trip.
One jabs, but short with 28 of them. Klitschko blocks Macklein's first jab of the second round with his gloves. The tail of the tape showed only a 1.5-inch reach advantage, but early on it's looked as though it's easy for Vladimir to cover the distance and not so easy for Jamil.
One thing Macklайн has going for him, he's been in the ring at sparring with these old dangerous big guys, so he knows what to do. Respect
right hand shot grazes Klitschko. Keep going.
You got to give them a lot of respect, but if you let them throw their shots, you can always get them after they get done.
Vladimir Klitschko has not been hit by a really big right hand puncher. Now Macklein's detractors say he's not a really big puncher, but he is a really big man. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if he tags Vladimir Klitschko.
Get into a punching battle with Klitschko, you've done wrong tonight. You've got to hit him when he's resting. Big guys throw 3 or 4 shots and they got to settle down and get their wind back. That's when you got to fight them. And that's what Macklайн is better do because he's acting like a little man. He caught Klitschko waiting for one right hand hard shot, and he jumped on him.
But he missed the right hand after the left hand was partially blocked.
Yeah, but Klitschko is sitting there waiting on the right hand and get flat-footed, and Macklайн is watching that, and he jumps him.
Vladimir hasn't landed anything of significance here in the second round. Seemingly waiting for Macklein's clock to run down. Right hand to the body again. Vladimir really hasn't thrown a right cross upstairs. He's thrown 3 rights to the body in 2 rounds.
He's trying to be conservative with his right hand when he should have just been throwing them, Klitschko. Don't wait for a shot. You got the power, just throw it.
Well, I think he wants to get closer.
No, he doesn't have to get close. His arms can reach across the ring.
There it is. There's the right hand, and it landed, and Macklайн didn't like what he felt as he backs into the corner. Klitschko lines him up.
See, that's when the big guys rest, and that's the only chance Macklайн has is to get him as soon as he throws those big shots. Too much oxygen is expelled.
Again, Macklайн goes for Klitschko's feint. And again, Vladimir able to block Mackline's output as round 2 comes to a close.
Now you let them know you can fight.
Well, heavyweights here in Vegas tonight.
In order to keep me in the
see the one-sided CompuBox numbers through 2.
Here, and the body. Mix it up.
Okay.
Mix it up. All right? That's all I should do. Mix that jab up. Don't let him set up nothing on you.
Be careful, he's going down a lot. He's dropping down his right hand, and then you have to go. Take your right hand and be careful when he drops his head. And give him a lot of pressure. You're doing very good.
For the most part, Klitschko is stepping into his punches. Macklайн steps back from his punches.
One right hand by Klitschko upstairs, more of a glancing blow, but Macklайн so concerned about it that he backed into the corner anyway.
Klitschko has got to remember, being an Olympic champion, he's seen it all. He's seen the big ones, the tall ones, the punchers, the jabbers. It's called to memory your experience.
The first 2 rounds by CompuBox numbers, Jamil Macklайн landed a total of 9 punches. Vladimir has never been hit with more than 13 punches in any one round in fights scored by CompuBox.
Mackline's corner told him to go up and down with his jab. He's following direction.
That's called going up and down the ladder, right, George?
Well, you just want to mix your jab up. For some reason, his corner wanted him to do it, and he's doing it. Klitschko corner didn't give him a whole lot.
Klitschko fires the straight right hand. Macklайн sticks his jab in Klitschko's face as the distance between them now shortens in the 3rd round. They're about 6 inches closer to one another, and that's why Vladimir's right hand to the body had impact.
Klitschko's only chink in arm is that he received too many jabs. Waiting for that right hand will get you like that. Once you've had so many knockouts, you just seem to say, it doesn't matter if you jab me, I'm going to get you.
Yeah, Ray Mercer was able to land his jab against Vladimir, and actually he swelled up under both eyes in the 2nd round. Then the swelling went down as the fight progressed.
Vladimir's got to understand it wouldn't be a crime for him to start boxing tonight. He's a skillful heavyweight. Move around, make this guy come to him a little bit.
Vladimir gets in a quick little left hook after the 2 jabs. Another right hand to the body.
Macklайн has got those eyes open just like some kind of radar. You don't like fighting guys who look at you like that. They look even down, they have the eyes on your feet.
Macklайн only now seems to be beginning to relax into the fight, George.
Well, that's when he can get tagged, though. You don't relax when you're in there with a Klitschko.
But his hands might release a little bit more freely than has been the case so far. Macklайн lands a left hand there.
That's the hook. That's the power.
Let go. No. We don't need that.
Vladimir electing to lead twice with the hook rather than the jab.
Why is a 263-pound man like Macklайн boxing like a lightweight, George?
That's the way he feels in his mind. He's not a big man.
Future Hyundai.
Scored these first 3 rounds.
Okay, Jim. 3-0, 30-27. Vladimir Klitschko. Much too smooth, much too aggressive. Landed at, scoring points with that left jab. So he's winning it on clean punching and effective aggressiveness. Macklайн, for his part, is trying to bust up Vladimir because the Europeans have this thing. All they know is adrenaline 1 to 1,000. They really don't utilize what American cut men use, and that's Aventine. So if Vladimir gets cut, he may be in trouble.
You think you ought to hire an American cut man, Harold?
Jim, there's absolutely no doubt about it. I've mentioned it to numerous people to try to get word to the Klitschko people because they're fighting at a disadvantage, without question.
We'll see if it becomes a factor in a fight.
Someone has schooled Macklайн on carrying his right hand right on the side there, so it's hard to get him with a straight right hand. You got to jab him to the body a lot, make him move his right hand around so that you can get him with a straight right hand.
He hit him with one right hand right down the pipe.
And Vladimir busting Klitschko there, or busting Macklайн there with the left hook. Vladimir has taken in the last 2 rounds to leading more frequently with the left hook than with the jab, George, because of the way Macklайн is holding his guard.
There you go.
Right hands over the top by Macklайн, get the crowd interested in the fight.
Wow, Vladimir Klitschko should not be playing around with this guy. You better get him.
And he goes after him.
He's hurt. Macklайн is hurt.
Seemingly with the intent of getting after him a little bit. A little blood from the nose now of Jamil Macklайн. Klitschko almost painted him with the right hand there.
He's hurt now. He's better take advantage of it.
Macklайн suddenly standing still on his feet, and Klitschko goes after him. Left hook lands again. Macklайн so conscious of the straight right hand that Vladimir is able to bring his left hook around the guard.
That's what happens. You spar a lot with these big heavyweights, and you're accustomed to being shaken up a few times, but you know, hey, I got another round. Klitschko is showing some foot movement.
Yes, good defense there. His good feet stood him in good stead as Macklайн came with the right hand over the top. There's an abrasion above the bridge of Mackline's nose on the right side, product of one of those Klitschko left hooks.
You're doing very good. With his leading hand, go to the right side and stay up front. Be careful of his right straight hand.
Going your way, but you keep sticking. Going your way. Yeah. Stay in control, champ.
A hard, fast, straight, left, right. The left being a hook, right on the nose, the right just grazing the chin.
So far, so good for Ukrainian superstar Vladimir Klitschko in his huge matchup with Jamil Macklайн. Macklайн, who's emerged so forcefully in the last couple of years to take his position among the very top American heavyweights, but Klitschko cruising in the first 4 rounds to an easy boxing superiority over Jamil.
Now he's using the left jab, Klitschko. He can take control with that left jab if he so desires.
Vladimir has a terrific long jab, and of course the laser right to come behind it.
Macklайн is looking for some win in this arena. Maybe that oxygen tent is something he needs now.
He certainly uses a lot of energy for a big fighter. I mean, Larry couldn't have said it better. Out there boxing like a bantamweight.
No, stop.
Got a big referee in there tonight.
Chosen for his dimensions, obviously. Right hand by Klitschko. Follows up with the left hook. Macklайн felt it coming. Managed to cover up. But very gradually, round by round, minute by minute, Vladimir Klitschko is dialing in his power punches. Getting closer and closer to being able to target that straight right hand.
At this point, Klitschko is doing whatever he wants. When he decides to fight, he fights. When he decides to rest, he rests. Macklайн is letting him just do whatever he wants.
And a lot of people thought that Macklайн, to win the fight, would have to step forward and pressure Vladimir. He hasn't chosen to do it.
No, he's allowing him to do whatever. Whenever he decides to jab, Klitschko jabs. When he throws a right hand, he throws a right hand.
Klitschko landing a right hand on the point of the chin and then looking at Macklайн to see how bad the damage was. Macklайн took it very well. Vladimir comes back with the left hook and now hurts Macklайн again. Left hook seems to be doing more damage than the right cross.
Push him with your head.
There's one thing about being a power puncher, boy. When you got that power, all you got to do is use it. But if you don't have the power, then you just don't have it.
What separates Klitschko from many of the European fighters, especially heavyweights we've seen, is his willingness to throw the left hook.
He's measuring this man up now.
Oh, yeah. I think what separates him from any big fighter is his blinding speed. Speed with the hands and with the feet. When Vladimir really gets it going, you don't see the punches coming.
Sit back. Sit back. 10 seconds.
Warrior, legend, four-time world champion Evander Holyfield. He's conquered some of the world's best. Now in his quest to become heavyweight king once again, he must battle an opponent so swift, he's nearly invisible. Evander Holyfield versus Chris Bird, live Saturday, December 14th on HBO. The heart of a champion beats forever.
I am the warrior.
Vladimir Klitschko has a victory over Chris Bird, having won on the three judges' scorecards, 12, 11, or 10 rounds, take your pick, in easily whacking Bird a couple of years ago. Bird was lucky to make it to the finish line.
The left hook that started a barrage for Klitschko. So far, Macklайн hasn't taken the risk in the ring that he took in taking the fight.
Macklайн, whenever he lands his left jab, it looks like he's surprised that it lands so easily. Why doesn't he keep it up?
Stop. Time out. You are that corner.
Well, you make a good point. Jamil hasn't shown the confidence in himself to really challenge Vladimir.
His mouthpiece fell here. Thanks for telling me. Don't coach and don't talk. You ready? Time in. Box.
Jimmy Glenn observes the instructions and simply puts the mouthpiece back in Jamil Mackline's mouth.
His mouth is now wide open.
But my point is, George, so far Jamil hasn't fought Vladimir like he really believes he has a chance to beat him.
Yeah, he tried to fight him in his old-fashioned ways of bouncing in, waiting for a Sunday shot here and there. But this guy's pretty clever. Klitschko is just not going for those little tricky games. Wait for me and counter me when you feel like it.
Klein trying to assert himself there. Vladimir easily steps away. Again, terrific feet for a 6'6" guy. Now Macklein's energy ebbs a little bit, and Klitschko begins popping his jab again.
That's why when you got these guys hurt, you got to keep them on the ropes. He let Macklайн recover a little bit, then the danger reoccurs. Take him out, jab him, finish him out.
Ooh! Right hand to the body again. And now Klitschko takes some body shots from Macklайн as Jamil says, all right, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You're going to hit me in the rib cage. I'll try to get you myself.
And he hurt Vladimir that time.
Yeah, that's the first time he's really attacked him to the body. In fact, one of the things that people wonder about is what happens if somebody's really able to attack Klitschko to the rib cage. It hasn't happened before.
I think Klitschko made him mad when he hit him in the stomach. Some big guys would rather you hit them in the head than the stomach.
Push back, guys.
Right hand partially blocked. That's the first time Jamil has just tried to fire the right hand as a lead punch rather than setting it up with the jab.
Wait a minute. Let go. Don't punch. Sit back. Go forward.
Pace slows here in round 6. Some ringsiders chatting on their cell phones as they wait for the real explosion to take place.
Back to the body by Macklайн.
Macklайн getting closer I should say, and trying to impose his size and strength on Klitschko.
If you're big, why not be a big man and fight?
6.
Okay, Jim, 5 rounds to 1, 59-55, Vladimir Klitschko. I gave the 6th round to Jamil Macklайн. I thought he banged the body pretty good. Vladimir seemed to take the round off. But generally speaking, tremendous snap in Vladimir Klitschko's left jab. So that's clean, effective punching, effective aggressiveness. He walks forward and he scores as he's coming forward, constantly gets off first.
Keep some kind of movement. That's why Klitschko can't set up for a good right hand.
Meanwhile, Klitschko seems to fight within himself, just trying to put the left hand on Macklайн from time to time, not really trying to land anything hard or extend himself. And Macklайн has been so offensively reticent here in the 7th round that Vladimir has reestablished his dominance in the fight just by sticking the jab. Now Macklайн lands a counter left.
One that he didn't even know he was going to do it.
Exactly. He was as surprised as Vladimir was.
Macklайн is acting as though attacking Klitschko would be like attacking Russia in the winter.
Oh, that's the way he fights, Larry. He didn't even attack.
He didn't attack Briggs. That's a good point.
Briggs. He's not an attacker.
And he had clear advantages over Briggs.
He's not going to do it. He's a boxer. That's why you should never try to say that big guys should be matched with big guys when some small guys are really the big guys. Sometimes you can disguise a guy by saying he's weighed 250 when he's really, in his mind, 170.
So you're saying that the style matchup here guaranteed a cautious fight?
I would say that.
And the crowd isn't terribly happy about it now. And Vladimir seems to say, okay, I'll try to give you a little action then.
Jamil, you got to keep punching. You got to back this guy up. Walk, come back him. He ain't going to do nothing. Give me that, let me that blue thing. Hold it.
Take a deep breath. You're looking very good. You don't have to hit him every time that hard. Every second time, punch him. Left and right. Your face looks good.
Come on, baby. Come on, this is the eighth round, baby.
Set him up.
Come on, baby. Second jab, son.
In round 7 by CompuBox numbers, Vladimir Klitschko 16 out of 40. Jamil Macklайн with a desultorily low punch output of only 27 punches, only landing 8. I'm not sure Macklайн has landed in double figures in any given round of the fight, keeping alive a pattern which has sustained through Vladimir Klitschko's whole career. Nobody's ever hit more than 13 punches in a given round. Macklайн fighting cautiously, Klitschko taking advantage to simply hunt and peck and control the bout from distance with his jab. Macklein's plan included trying to take the fight into the late rounds to see if Vladimir would tire out. He's fighting a style that almost guarantees we'll get to the late rounds, but it's hard to imagine how he's going to tire Vladimir out, only throwing 25 to 30 punches the round.
This guy could get tired and still knock you out with a good straight right hand because Vladimir throws it so correctly. Skillful right hand puncher, it's never safe. You're never safe with them.
It's become virtually a one-handed fight, though, for Vladimir Klitschko, as Macklайн is so cautious and fights at such distance that Vladimir simply uses the left jab to score and fend him off, occasionally whacking him with a left hook. Rarely has Macklайн been close enough to make a right hand one of the options. There's one.
Macklайн is just waiting for that right hand now and to get under and counter punch with it. He's going to duck, try to come under.
Again, Vladimir tries to step up the tempo with a double left hook. Sticks the jab in Macklein's face, and Macklайн just stands there and looks at him. You got to fight if you want to win. Jamil Macklайн has fought his way to a high perch in the heavyweight division. He's not doing enough to take advantage of it now.
You know, you talked about being a sparring partner for so many years. You just don't know how to just take over and take charge. You always feel like, hey, they brought me here to make the other guy look good. And sometimes it's hard to get rid of that mentality.
Yeah, that's right. It's a tough adjustment as Macklайн is trying to go from being a sparring partner to being a superstar. Vladimir has been groomed to be a superstar since he was 12 years old. He doesn't think any other way.
Whenever you charge at Klitschko, he steps right back and then steps to his left. His corner should tell him, Macklein's corner should tell him that. Open for a left hook.
That's right.
He backs up and then steps to the left every time.
So hit him with a right hand.
No, you back him up and then just all for the sake of your left hook. He steps right into it.
Vitaly Klitschko scheduled to fight Lennox Lewis in the spring if all goes according to form.
You hit him wonderful. Show your right hand and then hit him with your left hand. If you're close to him, hit him again with your left. Different combination.
Hyper focus.
You hear me? Use that jab.
Hyper focus.
Come on, baby.
You work hard, right? We in good shape. He can't hurt you.
9th round, son.
See, he can't hurt you.
It takes 2 to make a fight, and Macklайн isn't interested in making it a fight so far.
Earlier today, I spoke to Macklein's manager, Alan Worski, and we agreed Jamil would have to win the jabbing contest if he wanted to win the fight. He's failed there. Vladimir Klitschko, 87 out of 226 in jabs through the 8th round. Macklайн, only 29 out of 171. Generally speaking, Jamil has been too far away from Vladimir for his jab to be a factor. Right hand lands. Another 1-2. Here comes the left hook in a minute. Macklайн stops him with a jab.
McClain's fighting with his mouth wide open, round after round.
There's a good one, too, from Jamil McClain.
If you relax, McClain will steal you.
Vladimir steps forward and pops him with the jab again. McClain misses. Klitschko lands.
Stop. Let him out. Don't grab his head now. Good job. Thank you.
The referee hasn't had worked that hard tonight.
Stop. Let go.
They seem to obey his words, step back when he says. He doesn't have to pull them apart. That's strange.
Crowd is wondering, where's the action? They understood it was to be a big, heavyweight confrontation with potential fireworks. There have been no fireworks.
Now he steps forward with his right hand up to catch Klitschko's right hand. McClain does, and throw his right hand.
Stop.
Now he's doing the boxing job. That's what you call boxing.
Klein misses over the top with his right hand. Klitschko takes advantage of the chance to pop him inside with a little right on the top of the head.
McClain is simply being outclassed, and he's afraid to take any of the chances necessary to win.
Fighting to survive and eliminating any chance he might have had to disrupt Vladimir Klitschko's rhythm.
Stop. Hang on. Get back.
That's the right hand.
The night that David Tua came in and went through the motions against Lennox Lewis, prompting you to wonder, if this guy's not going to fight against Vladimir, who will?
Jamil, you got 3 more rounds to go. You hear me? 3 more rounds to go. And you got to fight these three. That's right. You got to move this guy back. And you can do it, Jamil. You are the boss with this hand here. Put this hand in his face, baby, and get that right hand on.
You don't think I'm trained?
Huh? Yeah, I know you're trained.
He can't hurt you, Jamil. You see that, right? Yeah. He can't.
You're doing it. You almost have him. Take him with your straight right. You're moving very, very good. Just take a deep breath.
CompuBox numbers in round 9. Klitschko 22 out of 56, 39%. McClain 3 out of 23, including 0 of 6 in power shots.
Sometimes an athlete doesn't know when he's not trying.
Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim, 89, 82, 8 rounds to 1, Vladimir Klitschko. Jim, you know, the judges see the way he snaps that jab. That's clean punching. They see the effect of aggressiveness. But the judges also see the little things he does. He doubles and triples up on that left jab. Throws a lot of combinations. There you just saw a double left hook. A double left hook. Heavyweights don't do that. And the judges see that. And this is scoring points for Vladimir Klitschko.
4, 5, 6 punch combination.
Now McClain has got to jump right back on him. Now you don't. You can't. Once a big guy hits you with 5 shots, you must attack right after his oxygen is depleted.
Now McClain begins to come forward, battling Klitschko as Vladimir starts the exchanges and Jamil tries to end them. A little bit of life out of Jamil McClain here in the first minute of the 10th round, but still Vladimir getting the better of him.
Stop. Go rub your hand up against him now. Stop. Don't hold him hit.
Swelling around the right eye of Jamil McClain, product of Klitschko's left hooks. Klitschko's eyes, which swelled somewhat against Ray Mercer, seem relatively unmarked tonight.
Stop. Land one low. Be careful.
Referee has done a fine job again.
Very relaxed, Jay Nady.
Yeah, tell the guys what to do and get out of the way, let the people see the fight.
Low urgency referee. I like that.
Try to throw Klitschko, and those arms are just so long, he just puts them up.
Left hook again. Started this exchange. Again, Macklайн stunned by the left hook. Crowd comes to life as Macklайн holds on and Vladimir tries to do more damage. Let's see how much killer instinct there is in Klitschko now. Macklайн wobbling.
That earlier left hook really hurt Macklайн.
Absolutely right. It's the left hook that does the damage here. Macklайн sitting down. 5.
He can't get up.
7.
He can't get up.
8. 9. Are you okay? You okay? All right.
You expect him to say yes?
10 seconds left in the bell. Macklайн will get a minute to rest.
And he needs it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's all right. You're still in the fight.
The referee asks, are you okay? You should turn around and say, what does it look like?
All right, baby. All right. You're all right now.
No. How's your fighter?
It's all right. Fight ain't over. No more respect.
It's over. It's over. Fight's over.
Jay Nady stops the fight, ruling that Jamil Macklайн would not be ready to continue. And here's a look at the rally that ended it. Vladimir Klitschko with 2 vicious left hooks to compromise Macklайн, and that produces the TKO.
Fair and square.
And it was the Nevada State Athletic Commission Executive Director Mark Ratner who actually went into the corner and stopped the fight.
And I think it was also because the fight was not competitive.
So you're saying that Ratner probably thought, why bring him out for another round when he isn't competing anyway?
Right. A good decision.
The knockdown, his knees weren't ready to save by the bell from a guy who's really fighting with his heart. Okay, but he wasn't going to do anything.
Well,
wasn't going to do anything at all.
Klitschko's critics will say he wasn't assertive. His supporters will say he was patient. Which was it?
He won the fight. That's all that counts.
There you go. Win this one, look good in the next one, right?
He fought a live prospect. It wasn't just some guy he just got out of the graveyard. Look at the hooks. Taking a chance, and this is the 11th round, and when big guys are usually trying to wait and hold, this guy's coming after you.
And outside of yourself, George, how many heavyweights have been this adept at leading with the left hook?
Well, this guy's got the whole package, no doubt about it. He even showed the jab. Like I said, he takes a lot of jabs. That's his only deficit, but other than that, the guy's got the stuff.
Well, if he takes a lot of jabs, will that be his Achilles heel against Lennox Lewis, one of whose primary weapons is his great jab?
Let us wait and see.
You've set up a nice storyline for us. Let's put it that way. If, in fact, Vladimir is to get a chance against Lennox Lewis, the apparent business plan would be Lewis fights older brother Vitaly Klitschko in the spring, then a possible rematch against Mike Tyson if Tyson can win a fight or two to get himself into that position, and then perhaps the big summit match between Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko early in 2004. Let's go to ring announcer Lupe Contreras for the official particulars on the TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, prior to the beginning of round number 11, the corner of Jamil Macklайн requests that referee Jay Nady stop the bout. Your winner by way of technical knockout and still WBO heavyweight champion of the world, the Steel Hammer, Vladimir Klitschko.
Final CompuBox numbers will show the one-sided nature of the fight. Vladimir Klitschko landing 122 more, throwing 126 more than doubling Jamil Mackline's connect percentage. Macklайн just simply didn't fight as though he believed he had a chance in the fight. Jabs, and Mackline's brain trust agreed with me this morning he'd have to win the jabbing contest to win the fight. Miserable failure there. as Klitschko lands more than 3 times as many jabs, throws 79 more than doubles Mackline's connect percentage. Scorecards read 98-91, 99-90, and 99-90 at the moment when the fight was stopped. Let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring.
Thank you very much, Jim. Congratulations, Vladimir. What made him so difficult through most of the fight?
So he was very good prepared and focused on the fight, and he gave his best. Of course, it was the right decision from him to stop, not go in the...
It looked like he really didn't want to fight. He really was afraid to come to you.
No, before he said he want to fight and he won't win, he won't beat me. That's why you can't say something like this. Every fighter who goes in the ring won't win the fight.
And so you think he thought the best way to win was by not attacking you?
Of course, very important, the risky make minimum. So, I mean, in the heavyweight, only one punch decide everything. And I don't want to prove my head, because I need my head in the future.
So you didn't want to let him punch you either. The left hook was the punch that came to end the fight. Is that your best punch?
No, I can't say something like this, because it's independent from the situation. Sometimes right straight, left hook, left leg. So it's depends from the situation. Of course, in the ring, I will never fight with the foot.
Are you satisfied that after a fight that lacked a lot of excitement for the crowd, that you were able to, what we say is, close the show decisively?
I hope the show was good. The boxing fans was excited, and they have fun by watching this fight. And I'm looking forward in the future and to be continued from the Klitschko brothers.
All right, talking of the future, you've talked about how you wanted to fight Lennox Lewis. But if your brother beats Lennox Lewis, you most likely will never get to fight Lennox Lewis.
Then, if Vitaly will beat Lennox Lewis, we will get our dream, and our dream will be true. I mean, we want to be in the same time champions in the different versions, and it was never before in the boxing history that 2 brothers in the heavyweight champions in the same time.
Thank you very much, Vladimir. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Jim?
All right, so Vladimir Klitschko completes